the manager and the owner are usually there for this client in particular. They're very hands-on, so they'll sort of be on set the entire time, making sure that the dishes look the way they want them to, everything's presented well. You know, it's all about being brand focused and really bringing through the ideals and the values of the brand. So for this one in particular, you know, it's Lebanese. It's the whole idea is that it's home cooked to Lebanese food. It's really hearty, and the owner's mum is actually the chef. So it's very like home cooked, family oriented, and they really want to bring that through. So basically the whole process will start with an email coming through from our client. So from Baba Ganoush, we'll get an email, and that will come through to my boss, who is the account manager. And then as a team, we'll sit down and we'll figure out what we want to achieve with this shoot. We'll do quite a bit of research into what is trending at the moment on social media, what is doing really well with our ads that we've seen in the past. And we'll sort of come up with a rough idea of what we want. And then I will go through and scroll through TikTok and Instagram and really get some good inspiration of the exact sort of videos that we want to do. So for example, we knew that this this video shoot was going to be much more playful, be a lot more personable. So then I went through on TikTok and tried to find videos that really reflected that. So, you know, videos that had the owner teaching us how to eat the food properly, or someone, I don't know, trying to pronounce Lebanese dishes. So we really try and research what is working at the moment. And that also helps us come up with a list on the day that we can just bang, 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 shoot it all, know that we've got it. And we're not sort of standing around with the photographers there and the videographers there who don't really know what they're doing. So it allows us to really direct, and we get in on the day, we get it all done, and then, you know, it goes from there. So we will sort of come up with a list of, I'll come up with a shot list, and we will have sort of a column of the idea that we have, and we'll always include an inspo link. So that's where the TikTok and the Instagram research comes in. So I'll include an example video that I've found that we want to get sort of play off, I guess. And then we will send that list through back to the client, and they will sit down with us in a big meeting, usually over Zoom, and we will go through each thing. They'll, you know, figure out if that's what they want to do, if they think that that really embodies the brand, and we'll play off the brand. And, you know, sometimes there's a bit of a discussion of they don't know if it's going to work, and we have to sort of convince them that, you know, this is trending, we know what we're doing a little bit. And there is that, you know, they know what they're doing, but we also know what we're doing in terms of the marketing side of things. So there's a bit of like a juggle there, which is always really interesting. And, you know, we get their perspective as well. They will also have some input on what they specifically want included. So, you know, if they have a big special coming up, like a lunch special or a banquet for a special event like the Father's Day banquet that's coming up, we'll include that into our list, and we just sort of keep adding and expanding on the list so that we make sure that everything that they want is covered and everything that we want is covered, so that we have enough content to go forward. From there, when everyone's happy with it, then we will start contacting different contractors. So for this client in particular, we'll reach out and get a photographer and a videographer who aren't in-house at the moment, which is good because it means that we can find people that are specialized in food photography and food videography, because as an agency, you know, we get different clients across different fields. So collaborating with different sort of styles of photographies with photographers with different specialties really allows us to, like, I guess, specialize and focus on a certain industry, which is good. And then on the day, we'll all get there, we'll sit down with the photographer and the videographer, before we actually go into the photo shoot. And we'll go through the set list, we'll figure out what they want to do and how they feel that they can best achieve it. But for the most part, we try and, I guess, direct them the whole time, like creative direct the photo. Yeah, so they'll sort of have their camera and their video camera going the entire day. So we sort of want to make sure that they're focused on what the shot list that we have sort of established, and they're getting the shots that we want. But at the same time, what's really great about getting professionals in the field is they'll know what shots look good, if that makes sense. So, you know, we might say, okay, this bartender is now making a drink. We want a shot of that. And for example, on this shoot in particular, we just wanted the video of it. So we had our videographer doing the shot by shot of the making of the cocktail, but our photographer jumped in and started taking some really beautiful shots as well. So that was really great, because it means when you come to the finished product, you have like extra stuff that you hadn't planned for, because that's the expertise of, like, you know, the people in the industry that actually know what looks good, and they have the eye for that sort of thing. I think with digital media in particular, everything is just a big cycle, and you get inspired by everything, you know. Nothing's original per se, but I think just picking little things from different places and creating your own, like, product, I guess. And it's always really exciting when that sort of takes off and that starts trending, and you see different people getting inspired by yours. I mean, the first thing I'd love to see is just the elimination of like petrol cars, right? Like, if everything runs off electricity, because it is I guess, renewable resource. And then sort of, you know, like electric cars everywhere, and then sort of spanning off that if everything was just electricity based. So I don't know how that would happen, but like planes, cars, buses, if there is even buses, all homes as well, like everything electricity based, I think would be super cool.